So welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another FIFA 23 video today. Yes, I'm still wearing this shirt, whether I put the previous video out before this, I don't know, but it's still no AC in this house, so, you know, I'm literally half naked, but we'll deal with that. But today, folks, we got a big video because we are going to be looking, and I'm going to run this in the background. This is me comparing two different variations. First of all, I recorded this on the PlayStation 5, okay, in 4K, uploaded it to the tube, downloaded it. So for whatever reason, when the PS5 records these in 4K, it washes everything out. So it wouldn't look like this, right? On my TV, it looks far better than what you see graphically on the screen right now. I don't know why they wash it out. But anyway, today, I'm going to put this in my ear hole because I do like hearing the atmosphere of this game. We've got a Liverpool versus Manchester United FA Cup semi-final game. Here is the other matches going on. Played on normal and slow. And I'm going to compare the two. I'm going to talk about the two as well. I will make myself smaller once the game kicks off. But there is a difference, right? Because initially, when I first played FIFA 23, I put it on world class, yeah, and I said it was broken. I think that was a one-off. I don't know if EA have patched the game at all a little bit since then, but it certainly felt like the AI on slow and playing on world class were just not marking. They weren't doing anything. I mean, I was playing against Man City, and I what did I win? Was it 7-3? It was yeah, I think it was 7-3. It was actually close to the real-life game, except reversed. And I was a little bit concerned with it. But then, you know, we've been using Mat 10 sliders. That's what I'm using. I'm using version 3 Mat 10 sliders in this video. And don't worry, you're only going to see the intro once. Then we're going to get into the gameplay. It's about a 20-minute video, by the way. And I started playing some games, right? So I played this on normal with Mat 10 sliders, version 3. After I played it on normal, I went and played it on slow. The same match, exactly the same conditions, the same lineups, everything. And then I went back and I said, I'm going to try normal again. Played another game, the exact same conditions. Then I went back and played slow again. And I've come to some sort of a consensus about the difference between slow and the difference between normal. And that's kind of what I'm going to discuss. What do I think's better to play on and all that stuff. Obviously, it's up to you what you do want to play on. But let me make myself smaller down here and show you. So, if it doesn't say slow in the bottom left-hand corner, then we're playing on default gameplay. And if it says slow, guess what? We're playing on slow-paced. So this is default gameplay off the bat, not playing on slow, okay? We're going to do about, I think, probably 10-15 minutes of this match. Then it's going to go over to the other one, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two. But I will pretty much confirm this much, right? I feel, personally, myself, playing on slow is easier than playing on normal speed. Okay, so if you want a little bit of an easier experience, we are playing on Legendary, by the way, as well. Both these matches have been played on Legendary. If you want an easier experience, I would say put it on slow to start with, and then, you know, maybe cranking up to regular speed, because I just felt like it. I felt like on slow, I was a little bit annoyed at times with the responsiveness. Now, Mat 10 did come out and say that if you up the sprinting acceleration, and now it's going to change to the slow gameplay, by the way. Right here we go. So as you can see in the bottom left, it does say slow. This is the exact same game, but I've slowed it down to slow paced. And as you can see, it's a good, respectable pace. I mean, we are playing on pass speed of about 40 or 35. I think it's 35. You know, we've cranked up the pass error because you will see players making mistakes. Also, we are taking on Liverpool, right? So they are one of the more high-pressing, demanding teams to play against. But I've lost my train of thought. But either way, yeah, Mat 10 did say if you increase the acceleration to 51, which I had it on 50 in this game, it does fix the problem with the game feeling a little bit unresponsive. So I do need to go back and try it. But I will have to say that I personally, for myself, I think playing this game on normal is the better way to go, because I just feel like FIFA's built that way, you know? I know they give you options to play it on slow, and that's fine. You can do that 100%. It is a nice pace. That's the thing. I love the pace of slow, but I just feel like FIFA's not built physics-wise and the way the engine is to kind of work together, and you're going to miss out on certain things when you're not playing on default game speed. So, yeah, after playing numerous matches, you can see here I'm kind of just waiting and biding my time and seeing what I can do. I really do enjoy the dribbling, folks. I enjoy the dribbling of FIFA 23 because I feel like, especially in the lower leagues, right, players are taking that extra touch. Even here when Bruno's dribbling, they've toned it down, and I'm loving it. EA, for the first time, and that's why I think I will probably name this as, is this the best FIFA we've had in a long time? Right now, gameplay-wise, folks, I will have to say yes. Now, it depends if FIFA come out with a patch, and if they start patching things, I'm going to be so annoyed because the other FIFA YouTubers don't like the dribbling right now because the players take too long to turn. No, they don't take too long to turn. You're just used to playing FIFA games that are literally on steroids, and players can turn and do this on a dime and do that on a dime. From a PES player's perspective, this is a great pace. It really is. You can see here, Rashford's got the pace. I couldn't finish it. But even Van Dijk there was just sort of... you'll see him when he's running through right here. So we'll go back real quick. But yeah, I'll pause it. You can see it, right? Ball over the top. You know, Rashford would get away from Van Dijk. But right there, you can see Van Dijk trying to pull his shirt. Didn't work. And Rashford still manages to get away, and then obviously the keeper makes the save, and then we're going to switch back, I think right now, to normal game speed. So here we go. Now we're going to go back to normal game speed. But you're going to notice that on normal, I was having a hard time, folks. Playing Liverpool was really difficult, but playing on slow, they did seem to be a little less reactive, a little slower on the ball. They weren't pressing me as high. So I do think there's generally two different experiences here. You know, give slow a bash, play 3 or 4 matches on it, put it on legendary if you like, and then go and play on default game speed on legendary and see how if it feels better for you, then go for it. But right here, bang, already conceded a goal. Couldn't defend it. You know, and these matches should be a challenge. They should be. When you're taking on Liverpool, whether they're playing well or not in the real world, they still are a team that on their day are very hard to contain. And right here, Casemiro's not marking anyone. I don't know who's marking anyone. Pretty much like Man United, to be honest. But yeah, very difficult to contain them. And we got punished by a 0-0. The way these do finish up, by the way, is... you know what? I'm not going to ruin it. Watch it. I'll let you guys watch these matches. But yeah, the 2 different matches are 2 different results. As you said, this is an FA Cup match. It is a semi-final. So generally, these matches are going to be a little bit harder. But look at the dribbling of Anthony. It's weird for me to say that I'm enjoying a FIFA game. I know, especially after that first few matches that I played. Now, this is all on the PlayStation 5. It could be different on the PC. I don't think it will be. I'm going to go back this week and start playing a lot more PC games. And that's where I'm going to be streaming as well. When I'm streaming, I'm going to be on the PC because my PlayStation 5 is in the living room and it's just too much of a chore to sort out. But here we are, working the ball round. Now let's just touch upon the gameplay, talk about the gameplay a little bit more. We're 30 minutes in on this match. As I said, this is default gameplay, not slow. And even when the players are taking the touches, they take a bit of time. Nice little turn. Comes back in towards Jaden, tried to do some trickery, a bit of skill moves. Back to Ericsson. You can see the line that Liverpool are holding here. It's pretty respectable. Malacia, overlapping run is on. Does find Ericsson. Chance to deliver. And we decided to give ourselves a corner. Is it going to switch back? Possibly. I don't know. No, we're still on normal. I don't know when I switched these. I did all this, can you believe, in Share Factory. So there you go. Share Factory can be used at the right time when needed. All right, here we go. So now we're going to move back over to slow. So this is the slower paced. So we're going to start again with David De Gea. And you know what I do like about the dribbling this year is the AI, just like eFootball, can actually be duped out if you go one way and suddenly shimmy back the other. So I look at this, was a close chance. Ooh. But you can see on slow that they just seem a little bit less reactive to me. They're giving me a little bit more room than I did have in sort of default gameplay. But yeah, so close with Sancho there. Just couldn't put it in the back of the net. And it's also the atmosphere you get on FIFA. It's everything. It's the bells and whistles that when you mix that in with some actual reasonable gameplay for the first time ever, yeah, I'm getting a very enjoyable experience. All right, Martinez, so he's going to start again. That was a poor pass, but that's what you're going to get. It's not perfect by any stretch, folks. I'm not saying that FIFA's perfect. I'm not. It's not. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done, I feel like, because, the way that players do kind of move and the physics are a little bit off at times. But honestly, I think this is the best football game we're going to get right now. If you want a good, solid, career mode, Be a Pro is something I've been diving into, by the way, on the PS5, and I'm loving it. So I'm going to start probably a Be a Pro or, a player career mode mixed in with a career mode. I'm going to do side by side. So now we're back with, you can see the default gameplay. I just feel like it flows better on default. There's a lot better ebb and flow. Look at that mistake, but for some reason, I think that was Matip. I don't really know why Matip's being able to catch Bruno. I mean, Matip's not that fast. But we're playing on Legendary. You're going to have that handicap always. It's always there. Now watch this. Ready? Bang, bang, bang. I mean, I couldn't do anything. So yeah, you're still going to get those very quick, possibly arcadey moments. The reason I say that is because when you look at the pass from Fabinho, it's a little bit crazy, especially when the ball's sort of fed into him and he's managed to go boom boom with his feet in like literally 0.2 of a second. I mean, I don't know how many players can pull that off, but yeah, it was a nice little finish and there wasn't really much to do. So I'm already 2-0 down here on the default game speed as opposed to playing on slow. But yeah, once again, a little bit of dribbling. Give it with Ericsson. We'll start again. You can see how high Malacia is trying to make those runs forward. So we're going to swing this all the way around yet again. Here we go. Malacia now. We're into the second half, by the way. So I've got a bit of time. And look, they're all backing away from me. So I thought, well, I'll have a shot. I mean, that's not a problem. I mean, if you do look at that, and you may be thinking, well, the AI should be closing you down a little bit more. Possibly. When we pick this up, Jadon Sancho's made the run, okay? Alexander-Arnold's actually decided I'm going to block this. The defenders have a decent line. I don't really know what Robertson's looking at. I mean, that's just dumb AI there. But at the moment, there's not really a threat. If I shoot this from here and score, it's a damn good finish. If Matip comes out and tries to close me down, I could probably play Rashford in. If Van Dijk pulls out, I can play Rashford in. So, in that regard, yeah, that's probably the right decision for the AI to do. There's times where I'm going to say Harry Maguire, but he does it often. He pulls himself out of position and he leaves a massive hole as a centre-back, which you can't do. You're a centre-back. You've got to hold that line, and ultimately your defensive midfielders, your centre midfielders are the ones who've got to come back and close. Terrible ball in. I'm still trying to learn the mechanics of the free kicks. I would like the line to be a little bit more... You can't see it. I don't know. I can't see it for some reason. EA, let us change the colour of the free kick line. Let us make it pink or yellow or something that's a little bit more, dominant than what it is right now. So anyway, ball over the top. There we are. Nice little covering. Martinez will start again with David De Gea. I mean, look at that. Quick turn. See you later, Salah. And away we go again. Please, EA, for the love of the Lord himself, do not patch this game and speed it up and ruin the dribbling. I'll be very upset because that's why I'm enjoying this game right now. The dribbling for me is probably the biggest difference. There seems like there's a bit of a separate entity between the actual player and the ball, which you rarely get in FIFA. It rarely happens, folks. Right, we're back to playing on slow into the start of the second half. I feel like we do have a goal that's coming up very, very shortly. So, yeah, look at that. Loses possession. Malacia picks it up and go all the way back to Mr. David De Gea. We can swing that out wide now to Dallo. He's going to find Anthony. A nice little touch. He scored a brilliant goal against Man City. So, yeah, here he is dribbling. And he's got some of the better dribbling stats, but he's not crazy at dribbling. Here is Dallo, flicked it over, Sancho! And you know why that's realistic? Alexander-Arnold's defending, suspect. I had to get that out there. But yeah, I don't know why they all have clown's feet as well. If EA are going to do one thing, patch the size of their shoes. They're bloody enormous. But yeah, lovely ball to the back post here. And as you can see, Alexander-Arnold probably would miss that header, to be honest. And Sancho said, thank you very much. Yeah, he's got to do better there, Arnold. But, yeah, goalie's not going to save it. And here we are. So, we made it 1-0. Jadon Sancho said, thank you very much. And that's why I generally feel like playing on slow is a little bit easier. Because you do get a little bit more time on the ball. And I really think it could be a way for a lot of people to go from from world class to legendary. If you're going to do that bump, so maybe you're playing on default world class, well, go to legendary slow, see if it works for you. Once you get a little bit better at it, then maybe go to legendary default and play on that pace, or just play on slow if you want all the time. It's up to you. Like I said, everyone can play at their own pace. That's why it's nice to have these options. Even if they don't do tons of stuff to the game, having a slow pace, I don't think FIFA needs a fast pace. I think that's insane. The defending there from himself was rubbish. But that's where I was also talking about the responsiveness. Can be a little bit finicky at times on slow. But I'm going to try out that acceleration thing, putting up to 51. It might stop that problem, and then we won't have a problem. All right, 60 minutes played. Nunez comes off. Jota comes on. The ball is fired high towards near the penalty spot. Good header there by Casemiro. Bruno does well. I'm also going to put a video out probably showing my settings and what I play on as sort of a PES fan as opposed to someone who plays FIFA all the time, because I use square as teammate press. I use R1 as tackle. I know these are really weird combinations, but I don't know. They seem to work for me. And I think a lot of it is muscle memory. Right, so we're going to swing this round. As you can see, Liverpool, they are high pressing. I mean, that is a problem right there, and that's why slow's, I don't know, sometimes annoying me. It's the pass error as well. You've got to remember that, because I've put the pass error down to 35, and the first touch is on 85, so they're making more errors. Sometimes players are going to do silly, misplaced passes that make no sense at all, but, yeah, it's give and take. It's kind of the way. Right. Have a guess why this is a penalty. I'm going to show you it after they take this penalty. I put something on. Have a look. Do you see it? You can't see it because the cameraman was drunk and he couldn't keep up to play very well there. But they did get a penalty, and honestly, I'm probably going to keep this on because it does make the games more interesting. I've also turned referees on to very strict because there's not... Look at this. The Egyptian... had to do it, didn't he? The old Panenka, just to wind me up. Couldn't believe it. And then I didn't even see his celebration because I was so annoyed. I said, no, I'm not having it. But yeah, the old Panenka. Right, so I'm going to show you why this was a penalty. 100% this was a penalty. So here it is. I'm going to probably go back and show it. But watch. Right there. That's it. It hit his hand. It's a penalty. If that happened in the real world, right, if that's a Man United-Liverpool game and Casemiro jumps like this with Van Dijk with him, Varane's passed out, he's asleep, that's a penalty. You can't jump like that. You've got to keep your hands by your side. So, yes, that is 100% a penalty, and, I have no problems with that actually being given because I want to see more random things happening. That's why I'm playing on very strict referees to try and get more fouls. I still don't think there's enough free kicks. I've had some because I'm learning to try and dribble around players now as opposed to always like... Look, if you play FIFA like you're playing online where it's just pass, it's boring. It is. I like to try and do a bit of dribbling. And then like that. There we go. This is a great prime example. It's a good time I spoke about it. But a quick cut back. AI wasn't having it. Yellow card. Get it out there. Thank you very much. And, Roberto Firmino into the book there on Mr. Jaden. But look at it. Is this a foul? 100%. I was mugging him off. And that's why it's much better. And then, what's this? I tried it. A Cristiano Ronaldo, right? A knuckle shot. I don't know how many meters we are out. Bang! Decent effort, actually. So it looks like free kicks might be more doable with the old knuckle shot now with players like Ronaldo. You can tell his reaction. He wasn't happy with it. But yeah, dribbling around players now, trying to draw those fouls, folks. If you're playing FIFA 23 offline, or if you want to play FIFA 23 for the offline experience, which is what I buy FIFA 23 for, you've got to play it like you are playing an actual real match, where you want to ping it around and possess. Don't play FIFA like you're playing online, because you won't see any fouls. How's the AI going to foul you when you're playing ding, 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 ding all the time? You've got to dribble. You've got to try and take the AI on. Try different things. Test them things out. I love these little touches, right? Casemiro jumping for the ball right here. Watch that. The way he jumps up, he literally puts his hand on his shoulder And I love the way he jumps for that. And it's these little things that there's a lot more in this game, FIFA 23, than there was in FIFA 22. And I'm starting to see that now. And it's why in sports games, essentially, you have to play these games for a good week or so, 3, 4, 5 days of just playing the game before you start noticing things that maybe you didn't notice before. Because it's not Call of Duty, it's not Battlefield, right? We've got a story mode to go through where there's a whole new campaign. No, it's the same game as last year, except there's enhancements, and you start noticing more and more the more you play the game. So we've only got a couple of minutes left, folks, and that's all my thoughts. Honestly, I feel like, just to sum things up, playing on slow, it's better than it was the first time. We're not seeing as many silly things from the AI, but I feel like it's a little bit easier than playing on default. I do recommend default still more because I feel like FIFA is built for that purpose, and it's not built for playing on slow, but it's still doable, and it gives you a little bit of a more chill, relaxed experience, I feel, than playing on default and necessarily having the AI hounding you and hounding you and hounding you all the time. No doubt Liverpool, relentless. They beat me 2-0 on default game speed, and then when it came to the FA Cup here on slow, it was 1-1. But I did lose on penalties because it was the FA Cup semi-final, and you can't beat the AI on penalties on Legendary. But anyway, hope you guys did enjoy today's video. We'll be back with a lot more content this week. Let me know your thoughts about FIFA 23. Are you starting to enjoy it? Let me know. But until next time, subscribe for more and take care.